Hello. Didn't really want to make a video today, but I just found a story that I had to look at, and since I've been making videos that in subject matter deal with this before, it's seemed topical to put it up. I saw this morning an article, it was on MSN, Canadian baby registered gender unspecified in possible world first, and well, I was hoping that we were going to see our first known biological hermaphrodite, that is to say one born with both testy and ovum all at once, because then you could possibly say gender unspecified, or maybe somebody with messed up chromosomes who you couldn't really tell and they had no genitals at all, although they usually say intersex, but that wouldn't, I don't know that would say, I don't know whether they say intersex on the birth certificate or not, but that's still not the same as gender unspecified. So, and then I came to the interesting realization that it's not gender unspecified because of biological or chromosomal defect or anything like that. It's gender unspecified because, well, let me read it to you. An 8-month-old Canadian baby has been issued a health card that does not specify the child's sex and what could be a world first. Okay. It has been done at the request of parent Corey Doty, not sure how to pronounce that, a non-binary transgender parent who identifies as neither male nor female. Why do we feed the madness? Okay, let me just point out, I didn't really want to make this channel about gender at all, but, well, it seems I keep coming back to it. I made one, I think, about feminism as a joke more than anything else. I made one called Underage Drag Queens and the Neo-Nazi, and then I made a brief one about whatever her name is that got into trouble with Katie Hopkins, but in any event, now this one's popped up, and the thing that bothers me, I mean, one wants to have a live and let live attitude if somebody doesn't want to recognise their child as male or female. I have two problems with it, really. The first one, obviously, is, apart from it's just being a fantasy, everyone's either male or female, unless a hermaphrodite should be born one day. And the second problem is that it isn't really because of live and let live. Canada has had a bill C-16 it's called, where by law they are gender expression and identity is a protected ground on Canadian Human Rights Act. Now that sounds all right on the face of it, but it means you don't, if you are coerced by law into being tolerant, by nature you're causing intolerance. What you have to do is show, not tell. This is the problem that I have with laws like this. I said this as far back as when I discussed Katie Hopkins the first time. The market punishes people who are prejudiced, generally speaking. So why go the whole hog with law? Why use legislation to force people to be polite? Because everyone wants people to be polite, but the trouble with doing it via the law is that one day that same law could be turned on you, and it's you in the witness box as a direct result of having made the process of justice and law so much quicker, and having created so many more laws for people like you to break. And this really is the issue. There's another problem as well. I don't really necessarily, others more conservative than me might have an issue with trans people being parents and so on. I'm ambivalent about it, except when they're saying they're non-binary. What exactly is that supposed to mean? That non-binary transgender parent. Then they transitioned into being another gender, didn't they? So they have to be either male or female. It's as simple as that. I mean, I'm looking at the picture of it here, of the person. You can see that this person was born female, but has a moustache, and is still wearing a blouse or a skirt or dress by the look of it. And again, this is the silliness. She says he's doing it out of love, but it's not. And even if you were doing it out of love, why not do it in secret? Why photograph yourself? I'm not going to show you the photograph. Why show a photograph of yourself, the transgender, non-binary parent, and you're neither male nor female baby that's only neither male nor female because you say so? Yeah, I'll be honest, it's hard to tell looking at the picture. You know, I've seen that picture of the trans man heavily pregnant, and years ago there was that lesbian couple who'd had some sperm donated to them by a retired drag queen, and you just think, okay, you know, not everyone has should have a chance to clear up their act and, you know, settle down, have a family, but why announce it to the world? Why show the child that you're raised and put them under such intense media pressure just to gamble and see whether you work as a parent, to see whether your child can function, you know, in spite of the media attention, not because of it? Why not do it in secret and then have the child grow up and say, look, these are the most well-adjusted parents in the world? And instead, what we have is a transgender parent who thinks that he or she is doing a disservice because, you know, obviously growing up, oh, well, I'm not the gender I thought I was. You know, my parents assigned me a certain gender, and it was wrong, but by giving your child no gender, you've just assigned it a gender, haven't you, without meaning to. You've put a health card with a U for unspecified, so you have declared it to have no gender, the child has not. That fundamentally is the problem. You're adding problems to a problem. Because of Bill C-16, you force people to accept this as the situation, even if they don't approve, not because they want to. Canada. What have you done? I didn't really want to make this the channel where I rant about things and make it serious. I've got one more very serious video to go up, which I hope will go up in the next couple of days, but certainly didn't want to make it about gender. Hopefully it'll go back to its more humorous style later. Anyway, that's my little take on this very strange story, so that you know I'm still alive.